Here's a guy who had everything, you know, world fame and all that goes with it. He was in kind of a funny mood that day, and at one point in our conversations that we struck up spontaneously in the airport, he looked at me and he said, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder whether it all makes any sense, whether it all is worth it, whether any of it means anything at all. And I was shocked, because I would have thought that John would have had a larger sense of himself and of the enormity of the gift he's given to the world. But he didn't, or at least in that moment he didn't. And I guess we all go through moments when we do and moments when we don't, and then we do and then we don't. And he was in one of those valleys when he didn't. And I was so grateful that I was there with him on that night, that lonely night in the airport. Just he and I sitting there. And I looked at him and I said, I grabbed him by the shoulders and I said, John, for God's sake, look at me. If you don't do another thing, if you never sing another song, it's been worth it. Understand what you've given to the world. People have been given hope, joy, peace, experienced love through the lyrics of your songs and the music that you wrote. You've brought a great gift to the world, and I know you know that in other times, in better moments. But please see if you can know that now. And I looked at him, and for some strange reason I said to him, if I never see you again, remember this. And a little tear came down his cheek. He said, thanks, Neale, I really appreciate that. 2 weeks later, John was dead. Plane dropped into the ocean, as you all know, off the California shore. I never did see him again. We were supposed to do a concert together the week after that. In fact, we were supposed to begin a tour called The Healing of America. He was going to sing and I was going to talk. Because he loved conversations with God. He adored it. But I was so struck by the moment we shared and by the fact that I happened to be there at that one of those low moments that everybody has, I guess. And I was able to just kind of be there for John in that moment. And I was so struck as well by the fact that people can't see themselves. Even people who have enormously high profiles, that everybody is throwing roses at their feet, and telling them how wonderful they are. And sometimes the more people tell you how wonderful you are, the more you deny it. Let me tell you, I know what that experience is about. I get off stage after being in front of an audience of 1,000 people, and they're all telling me how wonderful I am. And the more they tell me that, the more I'm into because I can't accept all of that, because I know the real me. And I go right away to if you only knew. If you only knew, see. So we deny ourselves often. I don't know whether you do that, but I know that I do, and I guess John Denver did as well. All of us do. So while we're in the mood to give people back to ourselves, maybe we should give ourselves back to ourselves and allow ourselves to know that the tiniest little thing, the smallest contribution, the single moment in which we show up with such love and joy and specialness for ourselves and for another, changes the energy, shifts the prevailing reality, and allows us to create the world anew in that moment for all those who are in that space with us. And that's the beginning of the whole thing changing. That's the beginning of everything becoming different and everything becoming new. And that's the reason we're here, I think. And I hope my son heard that today. I hope he left the room, he seemed to, with a renewed sense of there is something that does make sense that I can contribute. I don't have to change the world. All I have to do is change the experience of one other person this day. Just change their experience, elevate it just a little. elevate their experience of who they are. And suddenly my reason for being here is made clear. And if you do that every day for the next year, boy, it has makes a tremendous difference in your sense of self. And you begin to reorganize your own raison d'etre, your own reason for being. It becomes something other than you ever thought. Life, it turns out after all, is not about the rent. It's not about the bills. It's not about the phone company. It's not about half the stuff, I want to say almost any of the stuff we think it's about. And it's so easy to get caught up in that. I mean, I do it all the time. It's so easy to get caught up in those things, in that illusion, in those tiny little dramas that it looks like it's about the car just broke down. Or tonight, coming down here, you guys heard the story, but they don't know it at home. Our program tonight started late this evening because about a half hour late. I had an audience of people sitting here waiting because I had a pizza delivery man come to my house tonight, brought some pizza for me and the kids. I got 4 teenage sons at home. Well, one's not a teenager, he turns 21 next month, but the rest of them are. And the pizza guy brings the pizza and he leaves and we're all sitting down there to eat, and there's a knock on the door about 2 minutes later and he says, I locked my keys in the car. So the car's outside running, motor's running, and his keys are in the car, and he can't get in the car. He wanted to get a hanger from us. So that, you can't get into a car with hanger anymore these days. You could 10 years ago, but you can't do it anymore today. They're hanger proof. So he can't get the car open. He's got to call his brother-in-law and wait for the key. And I'm blocked in. He's got me blocked in. He's parked right in front of my car, which is in the parking pad. So I can't get out. I can't get over here to do this program. So I'm waiting for all that to happen. And I got caught up again in my little dramas. But I graduated. I've graduated from little drama school. Because I was only in there for literally about 3 minutes. I mean, I was there, what? How am I going to, I can't, this guy's, and I was there about 3 minutes and I finally went, you know what? It's fine. There are bigger things happening. And I can either make this particular guy feel like, terrible for holding me up from my television program, or I can make him feel better about life itself. And I decided that the latter course of action would be more profoundly beneficial to both of us, and I did that, and it changed the whole moment for him and for me. Those moments are designed to give us those opportunities. You will have a moment just like that. You will have a time just like that before this week is out. Watch for it, look for it, it'll come your way. And then you'll get to decide who you really are and who all the other folks in your life are as well. Thanks, everybody, for being here tonight. Thank you, and we'll see you next month.